I know I'm late. Top 40 hip hop lists. Yeah, I know you're wondering like 40? Why 40? Well, I didn't do one last year, so I'm making up for the fact that I didn't do one last year. So for my viewers who have been around for so many years who know that I'm a real serious hip hop head. Now, here goes my list of my favorite top 40 albums of 2018. Let's go. Fresh home from jail with his third release of the Luca Brasi series, Kevin Gates returned with an even more fierce lyrical style with personal rhymes about his time in jail. The Baton Rouge MC never disappoints with this release, never removing the street tale aspect of his rhymes but always touches the emotional parts with family and friends. He lands at number 40. This album is about finding ground, about not poisoning your own well, about finding and tethering yourself to the love that truly fulfills you. Love of self, love of others, lovers, family, friends, fans. You all giving me the affirmation that I'll ever need. That is the Milky Way, the only way to go. Thank you for finding ground. The 14-track album, Milky Way, by Boss, lands at number 39. So Long to Atlantic. Bronson goes back to independent. His first album, independent since 2011. Bronson the chef can also paint. He did his own album cover. Don't worry, Big Body Bears as always got a chance to talk his shit on the album. Action Bronson lands at number 38. Black Thought releases his first two solo albums as EPs, Volume 1 and Volume 2. The first volume produced by Ninth Wonder and Crisis, second produced by Salaam Remi. Rugged, raw, gritty lyricism with incredible production brings us the most underrated legend, Black Thought of the Roots. His album, Stream of Thoughts, lands at number 37. After spending time at Kanye's ranch in Wyoming, Nas has dropped his 12th studio album, Nasir. The 7-track EP features slick Rick samples as well as harmonizing vocal hooks. Nasir Jones shows exactly why he's top 5 dead or alive. The Nasir album lands at number 36 of albums 2018. A posthumous album released by none other than one of my favorite MCs, Mac Miller. The 13-track adventure of his life after love and follow-up to the divine feminine, swimming to shore and not drowning in his sorrow, seeking for self-love and moving forward in his life. Mac Miller, rest in peace. The album Swimming by Mac Miller lands at number 35. He's back again. After a 4-year absence, he returns with some new rap songs. The album title, follow-up to I Don't Like Shit, I Don't Go Outside. Just to see Earl smile again, especially after the loss of his father, is very special and very incredible to see. What a comeback story for Earl's Sweatshirt. His album, some rap songs, lands at number 34. Master Ace, the Brooklyn rapper, teams up with Marco Polo, the producer, to drop Brooklyn Story. Brooklyn is named after Brooklyn, not to be a play on the word, but different spelling, because it's a small city in the Netherlands. The album involves tales of love, life, and lessons coming up in Brooklyn, New York. Master Ace, the legend, falls at 33. Their 9th album release, all produced by DJ Muggs. Muggs, he has a quote, "Wanted to give you this album like you are tripping but not on drugs." The West Coast veteran group stays on point every other release, quoting, "You need a touch of madness to create a masterpiece, and you can't have a masterpiece without the madness." Cypress Hill, latest album, Elephants on Acid, falls at number 32. Westside Gunn, the founder of Gazella Records, releases Supreme Clientele, which is a play on the classic Ghostface album, Supreme Clientele. Most of the songs are named after wrestling themes and have a dark, gritty, and slow production sound. Landing at number 31, Westside Gunn, Supreme Clientele. The Grammy-nominated and well-deserved Victory Lap took us on a long-awaited journey it took to get this album on the shelves. After a long list of mixtapes and independent releases, All Money and CEO took a big leap to Atlantic Records and Tidal for his first commercial release. The marathon continues, and it lands at number 30 with Victory Lap by Nipsey Hussle. The Real MMG, Mellow Music Group, released the amazing collaboration from female MC Jean Grey and Quell Chris. The hilarious pair, with veteran status in the underground independent world, strikes victorious with songs like Breakfast of Champions, which deals with police brutality. This album should never be ignored, and that's why it lands at number 29 on the best albums of 2018. His second major release, and first since the independent release of 90059, Rock's maturity has fully grown into its own, with dark tales of his motorcycle accident, street life, and struggles. J-Rock's redemption is in fact a glorious win, no pun intended. 28 for TDE's very own J-Rock. Harry Fraud dropped this mixtape, but it felt like an album. The producer managed to get big names like French, Wiz, and Rick Ross to feature, as well as Fiend, Currency, and Prodigy also had appearances. This is one of the projects you don't want to ignore. Harry Fraud, the compilation, The Coast, lands at number 27 on the best albums of 2018. The follow-up to Humble Beast, Chicago's own Lil Herb, now known as G Herbo, released his second major release with producer Southside from Atlanta by way of 808 Mafia. Swervo, the name comes from him driving fast cars and almost crashing them, and now we get albums by the name of Swervo. You can also get Still Swervo, which was released this year as a follow-up to that. 26 brings you G Herbo, Swervo. From Carson, California, this re-release of 2017 for TDE's signing, Reason came to make his mark for the West. Even had his feature in the latest BET Hip Hop Awards cycle. Reason is a new addition to the already solidified lyrical roster of the West Coast and TDE's label. Landing at number 25 is Reason's album. There you have it. Teaming up again with 1982, still 1982 is a follow-up to the album. Just raw lyrics and good beats. Static Selector and Terminology drops Still 1982 and just continues to keep it raw, gritty, and conceptual. Very fun to hear. Boston's own Selector brings you number 24. Still 1980. 30 years in the game, but the C9 still ripping the mic is incredible. German hip-hop producers the Snow Goons joined 9 to drop the amazing body of work titled King. The Bronx MC has always been dope with the raspy flow and wordplay. Number 23, 9, King drops. A follow-up from my personal classic bucket list project, Care For Me, deals with depression and anxiety. Mental health mixed into music can be therapeutic. The Chicago rapper is making a name for special needed topics. At number 22, Care For Me by the rapper Saba, straight out Chicago, comes in. New Tigolo. My brother Fun Tigolo dropped another dope album, and he's rapping again. The founder of Foreign Exchange stepped back into the gladiator field of MCing with a grown man approach of rap. No news is good news. His second solo album. Can we get one more Little Brother album, bruh? Tigolo coming in number 21. No, for real, my nigga. The album was completed in 2 days by these two lyrical monsters and the beast of a producer. Alchemist, Currency, and Gangsta Gibbs is the perfect trio. Fetty was a song featured on GTA 5's soundtrack, which later became an album. So Short, which is the only disappointment for this great body of work. Fetty lands at number 20. The former Flip Mode MC never falls short of producing and dropping bars. He released 3 albums in 1 year, the follow-up to the Rosebud Revenge series, and his 7th album release. Pimpin', Stylin', and Fly Talk, yes, Rock's specialty with soulful samples and smooth production. The Bitter Dose by Rock Marciano lands at number 19. The Machine drops his 3rd solo album, and it's part 2 to the Everybody Is Food series called Eat What You Kill. The Griselda Records MC comes with a mean 10-track arsenal of dopeness. By the way, Conway said that June 2019, his album on Shady Interscope will be released. We shall see. Landing at number 18, Conway the Machine. Everybody Is Food 2, Eat What You Kill. The veteran drops his 6th album, Widow's Son. Hardcore rhymes, conceptual ideas of corruption in the government, and holding a mirror to the problems of the world. The Connecticut MC never has disappointed with any of his albums. Such a lyrical monster. Apathy, AP, The Widow's Son drops at number 17 on the best albums of 2018. The legendary rapper and producer from Brooklyn, New York drops his 7th album, with productions and lyrics darker than ever, and holding the crown as king of death rap, with lyricism being as creative as it's been in the last 2 decades of his career. Necro holding down the underground at number 16 with the notorious Glorious. The Fayetteville MC drops KOD, Kids on Drugs, or King Overdose, or Kill Our Own Demons. All three can mean the same acronym. KOD drops on an iconic and ironic day, 420, which is April the 20th, recorded 2 weeks before its release. It's reference to drugs and society and doesn't always mean literally, with songs like Kevin's Heart. KOD is his 5th album and it drops at number 15. Member of the Jedi Mind Tricks and Philly MC returns with The Pain Collector, his 4th album. He delivers raw lyrical potency over gritty underground beats and touches on a range of topics including the Philly lifestyle, crime, and social commentary. Vidi Paz drops at number 14 on the best albums of hip-hop in 2018. The collaborative effort consists of legendary MC from Detroit, Elgato, and hip-hop producer Crisis from North Carolina. The group joins the amazing roster of Jamla Records with Ninth Wonder. This album is indeed timeless. Funny thing with the name, most don't know that Carl Weathers' real name in Action Jackson was Jericho. Creative name for a group. Jericho Jackson at number 13. The Beast Coast group from Brooklyn returns with Vacation in Hell. It's the 2nd studio album and 5th overall project from the Flatbush natives. This time around I can appreciate the features on one of my favorite group's albums. The 19-track effort, Flatbush Zombies, Vacation in Hell, lands at number 12. The Brooklyn MC drops his 7th studio album. He offers up more social commentary than ever, touching on police brutality, gentrification, cultural appropriation. The timeless classic Salvation has a similar approach with this release. Sky Falls at 11. Is that pun intended? Nah, no pun intended, I guess. His 7th studio album amongst many projects the legendary Chicago MC has done. The 24-track album is his first since leaving Atlantic Records. Should have been released in 2016, so some of the songs are leftovers, but still good and still worth the wait. Drogas, Spanish for drugs, has a concept of drogas in 3 albums as a concept, this being the 2nd. Lupe, Drogas Wave, lands at number 10. The LA rapper from the Dreamville family drops his first studio album and 3rd full release. Kaz has always been drawn to ominous and spacious instrumentals that allow his emphatic, articulate flow plenty room to vent. Kaz, Affected, drops at number 9. A collaborative album by the supergroup Czarface, which consists of Wu-Tang Clan's own Inspector Deck and 7L and Esoteric, aka 7LES, and the mysterious lyricist MF Doom, movie skits, and coming off as a hero and villain concept. This is also indeed timeless. That new Czarface meet Ghostface this year was also mad dope. Doom and Czar falls at number 8 on the best release of the Griselda label this year. Tana Talk 3 comes off as gritty as they come. The cover is the painting of an old baby photo of his deceased older brother, Machine Gun Black. Yet, honest and heartfelt storytelling. Benny comes with the recipe of a near classic. Tana Talk 3 lands at the God number 7. Only Rock can get away with singing on his album and still make it sound dope and smooth on simple samples. That Diamond Colors, when I first heard it, had me put it on a repeat like 20 times featuring Black Thought. Respect to Rock for stepping out the box for a little bit and still making a dope album. Rock is 2 out of 3 as far as the ones that make my list. Behold, A Dark Horse lands at number 6 on my list. Released top of the year by the Fresno, California MC, the Do-Rag Dynasty member drops his album filled with production from Is Nice. The Golden Buddha is the solid hip-hop album with no thrills and spills, just straight up raps from a sound MC in Planet Asia. Planet Asia, The Golden Buddha lands at number 5 on the best albums of 2018 in hip-hop. Jamla the Squad Tour is the 2nd compilation by Ninth Wonder's Jamla Records label. As sequel to 2014's Jamla the Squad, the Soul Council production team had his hands full with a list of dope features. Ninth Wonder has one of the most amazing groups of MCs on the label. This compilation album lands at number 4 on the best albums of 2018 in hip-hop. Finally, we get the album we've always wanted from Royce, personal life and upbringing tales of his life. The Book of Ryan is long and much respected for the lengthy play. His 7th release, a quote from Royce. I've got another album pretty much ready to go after that. The album is called Book of Ryan, and it's really a lot of stuff that I want to share. And he did just that. And just for that, it lands at number 3 on my best hip-hop albums of 2018. 1/3 of the legendary group Dilated Peoples, Evidence comes as usual with its slow flow and simple but complex at times wordplay. This is the vinyl release of the Weatherman series, from Weatherman LP to Cats and Dogs. His 3rd solo to me personally is a classic just like the last 2. LA should be proud of this MC. Evidence, Whether or Not, lands at number 2. The final album of the Young Sinatra series ends with part 4. This serves as a pure hip-hop release with nothing really sounding commercial. As he assembled the Wu-Tang Clan like Voltron, I think after all he's done, that probably makes him a legend. Logic, indeed, has a classic. Number 1, 2018, Young Sinatra 4 by Logic. Well, that concludes my top 40 hip-hop list of 2018. Make sure you subscribe to all the links in the description box. And make sure if you feel free, make sure you share the video and hit up a friend and let them know, hey, there's a lot of things out here in hip-hop. There's nothing wrong with hip-hop. You just have to go find what's not in the mainstream. It's not much to offer. So, it's Huggie Pacino. I'm out.
I used to have business, boy.